And just like that, we are live. It is the Global Student Showcase kicking off for the month of April. Good morning,
Good afternoon.
And good evening.
wherever you are joining us from. We are so excited to have this opportunity to celebrate young people and in their classrooms who are modeling and inspiring and empowering others to use tech for good. I am Mary Alice Curran. I'm located in Connecticut.
I'm Eugenia Tamez, and I'm located in Guadalajara, Mexico.
And I'm Lori Guion, and I am in New York, in Saratoga Springs, New York.
This is fantastic. Ladies, we've been at this for a while. Different types of versions of live events, but the one thing that's always at the center is students, like students and inviting a community to come and learn with students. So, as we just kind of set the stage, we went early a little bit. We decided to go early before 10:30 because we want Heather Brantley and her students to have the full 30 minutes for their session. But I thought just quickly, if you have any quick memory that you can share to set the stage about why classrooms and families and school districts and libraries should be joining in on our event this month.
Oh, for sure, I need to mention last year's Argentina's session. It was amazing because, as you just said, it was not only the students joining us. It was also families, grandparents, aunts, uncles, moms, teachers, students. Everyone was involved in the session. The chat was going crazy. So we think and we really hope that this student showcase is going to be better and better and better.
Yeah, I love that. That was my favorite part, was that it was families and it was grandparents and it was administrators and it was other classrooms kind of all cheering on, like learning with students, but also cheering them on.
Right. Like all the same conversation, sharing up with each other, learning together. That's why we are here, because we want to learn with students, right? We want to learn with them about the world with Mundo too. So it's going to be really, really exciting.
How about you, Lori?
Oh, I absolutely loved last year's closing one that you had with Melissa Hayes and her students, where they showed a variety of ways that they were going to, use technology for good. They used some recycled products. They made video games. They were so well spoken. It was just such a great way to kind of end it and get us excited to build on the one that we're going to be doing this day and the rest of this month.
Yeah. So, okay, this is really special to kick off this year with Heather Brantley, because we are all kind of representing with our Learn with Mundo, because behind the scenes this summer, we never had any intention of having an AI assistant, but thanks to like the team approach, our collaborative approach, and Heather Brantley really having this passion for having these opportunities around how to use tech for good and digital citizenship with AI, this unbelievable product, Mundo, right, has happened. And her students, her 7th and 8th grade students, were part of our beta testers. And what an authentic way to learn and to get involved in something really authentic. So we want to make sure that, Heather, you get the full 30 minutes with your students, because you presented last year at our Global Students Showcase, and it was about the layers of digital citizenship. So to take what you did last year and add this additional layer with Mundo, we're so excited. So Mundo in Connecticut is so happy.
Mundo in Guadalajara, can't wait.
So we'll go behind the scenes, Heather, okay?
Okay. Well, good morning. My name is Heather Brantley. I am located at Pine Tree Junior High in East Texas. My students are going to be the ones who really present today and teach you how to use Mundo and how to use tech for good. But Mundo was a big passion and dream for me, because I wanted to see that students were actually using AI in the classroom, and we were guiding them through that. So my hashtag to begin with last year was guide them, not block them. It is about how do we use tech in the classroom? How do we use AI in the classroom? And how for the students to use it for something bigger than what the news media was putting out there. We unfortunately seen the advertisement that it was a cheat tool. It is absolutely not a cheat tool. It is actually the most powerful critical thinking tool that is out there for students. So with Digital Citizenship Institute, they help support the dream. And Ms. Mary Alice did a wonderful job, Dr. Mary Alice. We even have a book for teachers that don't know how to even start. So the things that you're hearing from the students today, those are things that happened inside of the classroom. The students are going to share their experiences and how we use Mundo. So I'm going to hand it over to them. I thank everyone for jumping in and watching and supporting my incredible classroom. So, and these guys were the beta testers. They were the ones who were like, hey, can it do this? Can it do that? So we opened up their imagination and their curiosity to create what we have today as Mundo and Learn with Mundo. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to our presentation, and I'm going to let my students step up.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Justice.
Today we'll be going over Pine Tree Junior High using Mundo. Welcome to Pine Tree Junior High.
Pine Tree Junior High is located in East Texas.
About our school. So Pine Tree Junior High is a school that takes their students' education and makes it their importance. They make it their mission that each student has an academically successful school year. Not only does PTJH offer successful academics, they also offer a number of sports for students to play.
Information about SEER Communications, Engineering, and Entrepreneurship and Robotics is an academically focused group of students. SEER focuses on enhancing each student's skill in a variety of efforts. It gives the students a pathway to success using project-based learning for greater knowledge.
Why Mundo is special to us. 7th and 8th grade students in Ms. Brantley's class were their beta testers before Mundo was introduced by Pine Tree Junior High students on Global Maker Day in October 2023. Our practice of using AI with good digital citizenship is shared around the world.
Our classmates that will be presenting today: Caleb, Justice, Phoebe, Douglas, Jackson, Carter, Sherilyn, Genesis, Kaylee, Annalie, Eliza, and Fallon.
Using Mundo in and out of the class. Our classmates that are presenting today are going over how Mundo helps in and out of the class. They will be focusing on 3 topics: how Mundo helps with brainstorming, using Mundo for polishing, and using Mundo to help tutor. Thank you and enjoy the presentation.
Hello, everybody. My name is Phoebe, and I am going to present how Mundo can help us brainstorm. First of all, we need to figure out who is Mundo, or this little guy right here. So I asked Mundo myself of what he is. So Mundo is a virtual assistant powered by artificial intelligence. They're here to help you answer questions, provide information, assist with tasks, and have engaging conversations with you. We also need to figure out what is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is technology that enables computers and machines to stimulate human intelligence and problem-solving abilities. Quote is from IBM.com. How can Mundo help us? Mundo can take a question or topic and turn it into ideas and answers that the regular human brain may not think of. And Mundo uses the algorithm to search the internet for answers and ideas to whatever you want to know. We also need to figure out what is brainstorming. So brainstorming is a way to open our minds. Secondly, brainstorming is used to produce ideas or solve problems. And finally, brainstorming can be done by a group or any individual. Brainstorming with Mundo. Number 1, Mundo can work in the creative process of mind mapping and brainstorming. Number 2, Mundo can help generate a wide range of ideas and provide different perspectives. Number 3, Mundo can help the brainstorming process go faster, since it creates numerous ideas quickly and can help save people time. And finally, number 4, Mundo can analyze data from many sources and give valuable insights from research found online on a variety of topics. And here are some tips and best practices for maximizing the brainstorming process with Mundo. Number 1, set clear goals. Before starting a brainstorming session with Mundo, define the specific goals or challenges you want to address. This will help focus your ideation process. Number 2, be open-minded. Embrace new ideas and perspectives that Mundo may introduce. Stay open to unconventional approaches and think outside the box. Number 3, engage in dialogue. Keep the conversation flowing with Mundo by asking questions, seeking feedback, and discussing different angles of your ideas. And number 4, collaborate. If possible, involve others in your brainstorming sessions with Mundo. Collaborating with teammates can lead to diverse and creative ideas. Here's a video example. I asked Mundo if they could give me some slideshow ideas, and it gave me at least 5. This video takes a while, so I will also talk about a personal example of mine inside the classroom, or you could say outside the classroom as well. So I have done something called a toy project for cats or dogs, which it was an invention challenge, and let's see, I had created a cat toy. Here's what I was talking about. It was toys for pets, and we had to enter the competition. So I couldn't come up with a name for my toy, which was a round ball with feathers all around it. So I asked Mundo if they could give me some ideas for the cat toy. And one of them, what he gave me was the Fluffy Flyer. And I love that name, so I stuck with it. That was my personal example of using Mundo, and it really helped. Otherwise, I would have been stuck. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Move my hand up.
Hi, I'm Carter.
I'm Jackson. And I'm Douglas.
And this is Polishing with Mundo. Who is Mundo? Mundo is a software or artificial intelligence created by an organization by the name of Digital Citizenship Institute, a company that aims to revolutionize AI, and it's using tech for good. Mundo is also friendly AI for any age, for it does not ask or share personal information. Mundo's purpose. Mundo's abilities vary from just touching up or polishing your papers to even giving you ideas on what you should make for dinner. This is a presentation we'll be talking about polishing.
Now polishing. Here's an example of polishing. As you can see, what I did was I cut an excerpt out from an essay I've made, and I asked Mundo, what can I change in this paper to make it more formal? Now, as you can see, it gave me a more formalized version of this statement. And also, it doesn't give me a whole new paragraph, but a revised but polished version of the paragraph. Ways to polish. Ways you can ask Mundo to polish this. What are ways I can touch this document up? Are there any ways to make this more formal? And can you please check this document for any mistakes? Now remember, it's always nice to show manners to Mundo.
How can polishing help? Sometimes when you write or type something up, our grammar or vocabulary might not fit the mood that the paper might be in. Your words might get jumbled, and it is good to get your work touched up and revised. Conclusion. In conclusion, Mundo can be a valuable tool in refining your ideas and papers. By tapping into its diverse range of features and resources, Mundo can assist in organizing your thoughts, enhancing the clarity of and coherence of your writing, and providing a valuable feedback to help you polish your work to perfection. Thank you for watching.
Hi, today we will be presenting about how Mundo can help you as a tutor. I'm Kaylee.
I'm Genesis.
And I'm Sherilyn. About Mundo. Mundo is a virtual assistant designed to help with a wide range of inquiries, from providing information and answering questions to offering suggestions and guidance. Feel free to ask Mundo anything you'd like help with.
Mundo as a tutor. As a tutor, Mundo can assist you with a variety of subjects and topics. It can help explain concepts, provide examples, and offer guidance on assignments or projects. It is here to support your learning by answering questions, providing explanations, and offering resources to help you succeed.
Study skills. Mundo can help students develop effective study habits, time management skills, and organizational techniques to enhance their overall academic performance and success.
Subject mastery. Whether it's math, science, language arts, or any other subject, Mundo can provide in-depth explanations, practice problems, and strategies to help students better understand and master the material.
Writing support. For students who need help with writing essays, research papers, or other writing assignments, Mundo can provide guidance on brainstorming ideas, structuring papers, improving grammar and punctuation, and editing for clarity and coherence.
Homework assistance. If a student is struggling with homework assignments, Mundo can provide guidance, clarification, and support to ensure the student completes their work accurately and understands the concepts being covered.
Test preparation. Mundo can help students prepare for standardized tests such as the SAT, ACT, GRE, or GMAT by reviewing key concepts and teaching test-taking strategies and providing practice examples. Thank you.
I'm Eliza.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Fallon. And today we're going to conclude on everything that we've shown you guys today. In conclusion, Mundo can help you with brainstorming, polishing work, tutoring you, and much more. As an example, I use Mundo on a daily basis to help me with all my classwork almost. But as an example, earlier in the school year, we had to do a project over Black History Month, and some of the information on Google was not correct, or it wasn't answering my questions. So I went over to Mundo to ask questions, and then I checked all the answers that Mundo gave me on a trusted source, and I found out all the information was correct. But you can also use Mundo outside of school by helping you with organizing your day, because it is hard for students who have practices or have chores to do and homework to do. So Mundo can help you organize your day out.
Thank you for listening to the presentations on how Mundo can help with brainstorming, polishing work, and tutoring. I hope you can take this information to help you in the near future. You can find all of our schools and information about anybody at ptisd.org.
We want to learn about the world with the world. Let's join classes and learn more together.
Have your teacher email our teacher at hbrantley@ptisd.org. We would love to collaborate with you. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay. So, all right, we're going to go back off and stop sharing for just a minute. Okay, if there's any questions in the chat box that have come up, is there anything that y'all are seeing in the background for them to answer? Is there anyone that has questions? You're on mute.
There was so much comments. I don't know if you could see the comments that were happening, but it is so lovely to see an active community, so engaged and learning with you and proud of you and cheering you on. So we can certainly show some of those comments, but we also just put in there, oh, here's some. Let's start with some questions so that you've got some time. Oh, I love that. Stacy, have your people call my people. This is for the idea of collaborating. So it would be really wonderful to ask the students, especially for anybody that's watching, why it's powerful to break down classroom walls and to connect and collaborate with other classrooms.
There's a question where it's, have any of y'all ever used Mundo to help you prep for your tests in your classroom?
That's good.
Yes, I have all the time. Since sometimes it is hard to study if you don't know the correct information or you miss a day of school.
There is times where I'll either miss something or it doesn't make any sense, and I do go and ask Mundo to give me a short little paragraph about it, kind of summing it up so I do understand it.
I'm just kind of scrolling through and just putting up some of the comments that happened throughout the entire chat. Lori, I don't know if you're following, if there are any other questions or if you wanted to ask a question, or Eugenia in Mexico, because I know in Mexico, you have been presenting about Mundo as well and working with students. So both of you just jump in. You're on mute. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Now you can hear me, right? Okay, yeah. So we've been here presenting also Mundo, and it's been great. Actually, this week we were at a big event. We were at a big event where Mundo was the sensation, and students were joining us and asking what was this plush, this Mundo plush. So we had a great opportunity to share it out with each student that joined us. So everyone was like, okay, it's like an AI, and it's safe and it's good, and can it help me do my homework? And it's our objective was to tell them that Mundo, it's like a tutor, it's a brainstormer, and it can be with you in a minimizing the risks of using another AI. And actually, we also presented it in Monterey with an entrepreneurship fair where Mundo helped them with each and every project that they presented on the entrepreneurship fair. So it was amazing also.
Okay, I think there was a question in there. Were there any challenges using Mundo? Have y'all found challenges using Mundo?
Well, if sometimes you don't normally get the answers that you want, and then you can just ask it again and it gives you the answer that you want. Because you do have to clearly state what you're really wanting, so it'll give you the direct answer that you want for that question. But other than that, it is quite easy to use.
Very easy.
I like that you said you have to kind of figure out what to write to make sure that you're getting that right information, which really does help you with your writing too, doesn't it? Because it helps you clarify what you're trying to say. So really well done. I was really excited to see all of the things that you shared as far as how you use Mundo in your classroom. What is one thing that you guys have used it for that you never thought of before? So something like a unique use case that you used Mundo for.
I think I might have used it to like help me plan what to pack for like a trip or something.
Yeah, is there anybody else in here that's used Mundo in a little different way that y'all want to share? A unique study-in? I know, I'm going to step in real quick. For Global Maker Day, I know that we had a challenge. We had just different craft items laid out, and I had them pick 3 and ask Mundo what are the things that they could make with that. And then they just kind of kept asking questions to come up with ways that you can, use it for creative. I know also that I had students who were writing songs, using it for writing little scripts, plays, things like that in the classroom. So it's always interesting. One student was trying to get Mundo to convince them to be a basketball player. Like, why should I be a basketball player? And I was like, that's awesome. So the creativeness and giving students an opportunity to be curious and ask those questions in a guided situation is what it's all about. One of the big things with Mundo, and I don't think that this was kind of left out, and it's the most important part, Mundo protects student privacy. So that was the whole big vision, is can we give them an AI platform that doesn't require a username, it doesn't require a password, it's not collecting student data, it's safe to use in the school, So that was the thing that really created Mundo, was coming up with a platform that was safe, that we can guide these kids how to use tech for good and use AI for good. So let's see.
I love this. Elizabeth, who literally showed up every day last April, talk about the power of showing up. Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining and cheering on from Florida. But she works with younger students. So it'd be great to hear from your 7th and 8th graders some quick tips for working with younger students. And that also addresses our privacy policy with Mundo, is that Mundo is, and just as all AI, is intended for 13 and over, but we're really passionate about, you can't wait till you're 13. So that idea for under 13 is if you have a trusted grown-up, and that grown-up can be at school, can be at home, and it should be in both places, to have these critical conversations to be able to use Mundo. But I'd love to hear from your students about any tips for younger students to get going on how to use Mundo as an assistant, a tutor, a polisher.
I would say, like, just be safe on what you say on any platform, and just be careful on what you just type, and
Don't spread your information out.
That's a great, because like we said, Mundo does not collect any personal information unless you are providing it. So it's really important to have that conversation, no matter how young or old you are, on using not just AI, but any platform. So that's great advice.
Okay, so we're going to jump back over to the share screen real quick. The very last slide was about giving away a poster. So let me get there. Hold on just a second. All right, so win a poster. So we would love for you to have a poster about the things that we talked about today in the class, using Mundo as brainstorming, a polisher. What was our other one? Tutor. Yes. Okay. So in order to win the poster, what we would like for you to do is make a post of your class using Mundo and tag us, whether it's you doing it as a group, introducing Mundo to your class, the students working on Mundo. So, and let's tag at Learn with Mundo. I'm Heather Tech EDU, and our school at PTISD Pirates. So if you'll just make a post today or in the next month, we have the whole month of April that we are celebrating here. Tag us in there and we will contact you, get an address, and get a poster mailed for your classroom.
I can just even show the poster, and it's got all the ways, except I've got that background up, so it's not showing it well. But it talks about all the ways that you can use Mundo, what your students just kind of laid out as like a roadmap to help really have these conversations, because this isn't, technology is ever evolving. And this is why having these moments and these opportunities and these conversations are critical, because technology is changing. We need to be having, and I honestly, this is with Lori and Eugenia, we truly, and Heather, you too, this is like, you do not have to be tech savvy to have this conversation, or to teach these type of topics in your classroom, or have these conversations in your home. You just need a willingness and a disposition to say, I am willing to learn alongside you. And that is the beauty about this Global Student Showcase, is that we have all ages side by side learning together, and your students are really extraordinary on so many levels. And if I were Pine Tree ISD, I would be, my mom had an expression, I'm busting my buttons with pride. Like, I'm so happy that we kicked off this event, this showcase, showcasing your incredible 7th and 8th grade students. I'm going to let Lori and Eugenia jump in as well, because I'm just so proud of you all.
Yeah, thank you for being our first session today. And I'm sure that this Learning with Mundo experience has really changed your life, your students' lives. And the thing that I want to propose or mention is to make this bigger. Why not exchange experiences with students from all over, from different parts? If we're using Mundo in Mexico, why not make a common project for a local community or to help a community using Mundo with both classrooms. I think that that will be a next step for Mundo to help students also and bring this global impactor or this impactor to local communities.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be amazing to start to see more schools, more classrooms connect in the ways that that your teacher, that Heather has brought to showcase for us. Mrs. Brantley has showed for all of us. It's been an amazing experience. What a great way to kick off the Global Student Showcase with all of you who are so knowledgeable and are sharing your knowledge with the world in a really positive way. You're all amazing public speakers. I know that's not always easy to do. I know sometimes I get nervous in that environment, but you guys didn't look nervous at all. So you looked very polished. I think Mundo really helped you get everything organized, and you did a fabulous job. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
And I really want to thank the audience. It was such an active audience. The chat box, and literally we've got people around the world also engaging and cheering you on and celebrating and learning with you. And that is why we want to have learning moments, showcases, where we get to showcase young people using tech in such a wonderful way. So we always say use tech for good, but you were adding that additional layer, which is using AI for good. And for so many, yes, it's the bells and whistles out there, and there are enthusiasts, but there are also people that are really afraid. And you just made it a very safe place to start. And I have even a question, because anybody that is joining might say, question about using AI with, younger students. But AI is already happening around us. Do any of your students want to share that, if we are not taking this opportunity to practice it in a classroom in our home setting safely, like with a platform like Mundo, then we're doing a disservice, because AI is already around us. So does anybody want to jump in and kind of share, everybody is impacted by AI?
Hey, is there anybody who wants to share? No, I think that they're like, whew, I got my part done. But I do want to say I am truly blessed as an educator to have such wonderful students. Whenever I mentioned that we were doing the student showcase, we actually had over 40 students present and had a competition just to get it down to the ones that presented today. We have students who are willing to collaborate with students around the world, and we really, really would love to talk more about AI, using tech for good, and just the things happening in our communities and around us every day. So definitely reach out to me. Dr. Mary Alice can get you in contact with me as well. And just to be a kickoff was such an honor and a privilege. And I can't help but love Mundo. It was like I woke up this morning like it was day one of vacation, like, oh, it's presentation day. So I hope that this excitement and passion is given to my students, and they can share it with others around the world as we learn about the world with the world.
Ah, what a great way. And now we thank you for joining us for the opportunity to learn with you. And now we're getting ready for our second session with Dr. Jennifer Williams and the Take Action Global. And the whole day is really intended for you to pop in, pop out. You could have it running in the background. I know, Mrs. Brantley, you're going to have it running in the background all day. So we are using the hashtag Global Student Showcase. And thank you, Mrs. Brantley's students. You are incredible.
All right. Y'all wait, bye.
Hooray. Bye. We're going to miss you.
Perfect. Okay. Let me see in the background. I am pulling up.